As some other characters. Anton's here. Sorry, Anton. Yes. And I'll pass over.
So as a start for Graphisoft.
Absolutely. Do you need sound? Do you need that?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh, Vista. No, looking good.
I'm just going to start us off today. Since I'm going to work out how to mount it. Who's the cursor? Right. Here representing Graphisoft, so I thought we'd just mention a few things. A couple of things we'd like to talk about BIM and Graphisoft's perspective on it, seeing we are one of the pioneers of the technology. We've been developing this technology since about 1982. So, just like to acknowledge that this is really a European initiative, and the rest of the world's really trying to catch up. So, people across the Atlantic in 1982 they're developing 2D CAD and are still sort of a little bit behind in the world of BIM. Now, we actually think that BIM has such a strong foothold or been developed so much in Europe because no one speaks the same language. It's easier to speak in pictures and models, but that's not necessarily the truth. But so in 1982, Graphisoft started using the term virtual building, and that later on morphed into the building information model. And the core to that is obviously sharing information with all other disciplines. It's really important that the architect and the designer can share all information or any information with all other platforms, and ArchiCAD has been really in the forefront of this sort of technology. The benefits are pretty obvious, although they may not be obvious to everyone, but from studies that have been undertaken recently, it seems like most people tend to agree that it's a better way of working, and you do expect to save time and money doing it. I've got a little example of people that are using BIM today, and where that penetration is, from our point of view, where that penetration is most prevalent. There's a whole lot of people that may, or not everyone from here was from these groups is in the audience, but the group that probably has embraced BIM the most is actually volume builders. Now, this might relate to architects and engineers straight away, but the thing you've got to realise about volume builders, it is a business and they are purely money driven. So it's really important for them to get it right and to save money in every aspect of their business. Last year, according to HIA, there were over 21,000 homes constructed using the building information technology using our software alone. That's not including the architects, engineers, and all the other categories that were up there. And one particular example over here, which I'd like to highlight, Henley Properties, which we think is probably one of the forerunners in this sort of technology. They've actually linked their model to their accounting and their estimating packages. And they've actually worked out that from their model of their building, on average, they're saving $200 just on their slab. It's one item in the construction of the home. $200, if that was multiplied over 21,000 homes, which is what was done last year, that's over $4.2 million that our companies, our clients have saved in just one portion of their business. So we think the building information model, for nothing else, it's a pure illustration of the benefits of working in this particular method. We also did the first BIM project in Australia. So while the others are talking about it, we're actually doing it. And there's been numerous other building information projects that have been undertaken in Melbourne, all around us, from the Eureka Tower, which was done many years ago. It was done using building information modelling. You've got to realise that at the point that was done, I think that they were talking with engineers using BIM, but obviously, or what was it for? They were doing the calculations of the wind going, I can't even think, I've got a mental block. Anyway, they were sharing the information with other disciplines as well. Woods Bagot obviously did Melbourne Convention Centre, all using ArchiCAD. You obviously see some of the structural elements there. Most of the, well, some of the Docklands precinct was all done in ArchiCAD. The Taronga Mire site's all done in ArchiCAD. So it's not just little builders, it's all the way through to really large architecture projects, and these are all being done using building information type workflow. And this is happening today. We're not talking about it in the future. This is what our clients are benefiting from today. So having said that, that's all I want to say. ArchiCAD is a true open platform solution, and we'll talk to just about anything you want. We've got Andrew from DKI Architects, who's one of our oldest staff, not he's not old. One of our oldest clients here in Melbourne, and he's going to talk a little bit how they use ArchiCAD and how they use the collaboration part of it to talk to other consultants and their own.